Rising out of the Cambodian jungle stands the largest religious monument human hands have ever built. Its moat could swallow entire cities. Its towers took 5 million tons of stone to raise. Why would an empire spend everything on one temple? 5 secrets, carved in stone, hold the answer. 9 centuries ago, the Khmer Empire ruled Southeast Asia, from Vietnam to the edge of Burma. Its capital, Angkor, was the largest city on earth, bigger than any in medieval Europe. Markets, canals, rice fields, and temples glittered around a king worshipped as a living god. Then, in the year 1113, a new king took the throne with an obsession. His dream would consume an empire and leave behind the most famous silhouette in Asia. Secret 1. Water. Angkor was not just a city, it was a machine for controlling water. Every year the monsoon dumps rain for 6 months, then vanishes, leaving the land bone dry. The Khmer answer? Giant reservoirs called barays, some 8 kilometers long, dug entirely by hand. Canals threaded the city like veins, storing the monsoon and feeding it to rice fields. Nearby, the Great Lake Tonle Sap swells 4 times its size each flood season, brimming with fish. Rice and fish fed 1 million people, more than any city in Europe at the time. That surplus meant power, free hands, armies of farmers who owed their king their labor. Only a kingdom that mastered water could afford to dream of building heaven on earth. And Angkor Wat is, itself, a water monument. Its moat is a 5-kilometer ring. 190 meters wide, the moat holds enough water to fill 2,000 Olympic pools. It isn't decoration. The moat keeps groundwater stable, so the temple never sinks or cracks. 900 years of monsoons, and the foundations still stand level. The moat did that. So secret 1, water gave the Khmer wealth, and water keeps Angkor Wat standing today. But wealth alone doesn't explain it. For that, we need to meet a god. Secret 2. The God King. In the Khmer world, a king was not merely royal. In the year 802, King Jayavarman II declared himself a Devaraja, a god king. From then on, every Khmer ruler claimed a direct line to the gods themselves. And every great king proved it the same way, by raising a temple mountain of stone. Enter Suryavarman II. He seized the throne young, by killing his own great-uncle in battle. Chronicles say he leapt onto the royal war elephant and cut down the old king himself. A usurper with blood on his hands needed something no ruler before him ever had. Not just a temple, the temple. Proof in stone that the gods chose him. He broke tradition too. Khmer kings honored Shiva, the destroyer. Suryavarman chose Vishnu, the protector. That's why Angkor Wat faces west, toward Vishnu's realm. Nearly every other temple faces east. West is also the direction of the setting sun, the direction of the dead. Many scholars believe Angkor Wat was built to be Suryavarman's own tomb and afterlife palace. In its galleries, the king appears carved in stone, riding high above his marching armies. His posthumous name says everything. Parama Vishnu Loka, he who has entered the heaven of Vishnu. A god king needs a god's house, which brings us to the blueprint of heaven. Secret 3. Angkor Wat isn't shaped like a building, it's shaped like the universe. In Hindu cosmology, the universe centers on Mount Meru, a golden mountain where the gods live. 5 sacred peaks crown Mount Meru. Count Angkor's towers, 5, arranged exactly the same way. Around Meru stretch rings of mountains. At Angkor, those rings become the temple's walled enclosures, and around everything, the cosmic ocean, recreated as that vast, perfect rectangular moat. Walking into Angkor Wat was designed to feel like walking from Earth into heaven itself. You cross the ocean on a stone causeway flanked by serpent gods. the Rainbow Bridge. Each courtyard climbs higher, each gate more sacred, until only kings and priests may continue. The final climb is brutal, stairs at 70 degrees. Approaching the gods should hurt. At the summit, 65 meters up, stood a golden statue of Vishnu awaiting his king. Even the measurements are sacred. Scholars found the temple's proportions encode the Hindu ages of time. One theory, distances along the causeway match the 4 cosmic eras counted in ancient Khmer cubits. Walking inward, you travel backward through time, from our dark age toward the golden age of creation. Every wall, every step, every tower placement asks one question: what if geometry could be prayer? So heaven finally had its blueprint. Now, hundreds of thousands of hands had to build it. Secret 4. The build. 5 to 10 million blocks of sandstone, some weighing over a ton. The nearest sandstone lies at Mount Kulin, roughly 40 kilometers away through jungle and swamp. No trucks, no cranes, no iron pulleys. Just people, elephants, bamboo, rope, and water. The Khmer floated the blocks down rivers and canals, a stone highway flowing to the site. Recent surveys traced that canal network. The route was even shorter and smarter than we thought. Estimates speak of 300,000 workers and 6,000 elephants laboring for decades. Masons ground each block against the next until the seams grew tighter than a knife blade. There is no mortar in Angkor Wat, only gravity, friction, and impossibly patient hands. Then came the carvers, turning kilometers of bare walls into the world's largest gallery. The bas-reliefs run for more than 600 meters. Battles, myths, heaven, and hell. One panel shows gods and demons churning a cosmic ocean of milk to win immortality. Over 1,800 celestial dancers, apsaras, smile from the walls, no two exactly alike. And the whole colossus went up in roughly 35 years. Notre Dame took nearly 200. Work stopped when Suryavarman died around 1150. Some carvings sit unfinished, frozen mid-stroke. Stone, sweat, and genius built the body, but the temple's soul lives in the sky. Secret 5. The sky. Angkor Wat is not just a temple, it's an instrument. Stand at the western gate on the spring equinox and watch the sunrise. It climbs the sky and crowns the central tower exactly, a sunrise engineered 9 centuries ago. Researchers found solar alignments woven through the whole site, marking solstices and equinoxes like a calendar. The bas-reliefs may map the heavens too, panels matching lunar months and the Hindu year. For a rice empire ruled by monsoons, reading the sky was survival, not decoration. The ruler who commanded the calendar commanded planting, flooding, and harvest. He commanded life itself. So Angkor Wat fused everything: reservoir, throne, tomb, model of heaven, and cosmic clock. It was propaganda in sandstone, proof the God King kept the universe itself in order. And it worked. For centuries, no rival dared question the dynasty that built heaven on earth. When the empire later faded, the jungle took the city, but never took the temple. Buddhist monks kept its fires lit for 800 years. Angkor Wat was never truly lost. So why did the Khmer build heaven on earth? Because they could, and because they had to. Water made them rich. A usurper needed the gods, and heaven needed an address. Today, Angkor Wat is the only building on earth that appears on a national flag. Millions visit every year, and Cambodians still see it as the soul of their nation. 900 years on, the moat still shines, the towers still hold the sunrise. The Maya cities fell silent and vanished. Angkor Wat simply refused to be forgotten. If this story amazed you, subscribe. Next time, we crack open another mystery in a flash.